On 24th of September 2024, Missouri executed Marcellus Williams, a black Muslim man who maintained his innocence until his last breath. The crime he was accused of? Well, a murder in 1998, murder of Felicia Gale, that is. But the real crime here might be the justice system itself. Why, you might wonder? Well, what would you call it when there is no physical evidence ever tied to Marcellus Williams to the crime scene? DNA testing on the murder weapon didn't match, yet the state proceeded. Why? Well, one can't help but think that the racism might be at play. Now, that's a big claim, but obviously, when you go through the facts, you realize that maybe this is not far-fetched. After all, 6 out of 7 potential black jurors were dismissed. Potential means that the people who lined up to be the jurors, and obviously when that happens, then the accused and the prosecution, they have the right to object. And the prosecution objected against 6 of 7 potential jurors for simply looking like Williams' brothers. I mean, he was a black guy. The accused was a black guy. So what exactly is the case here? They all look alike? And that's a very difficult line for me to say. But what else can we say this? And that alone tainted any hope for a fair trial. Moving on, even the prosecutor who put him on the death row admitted making a grave mistake. But instead of the justice, the state opted for execution. Missouri ignored the warnings condemning a man to death when his guilt was far from certain. Now, look at the timeline here. It all started in 1998, and he was executed in September 2024. So we are talking about good 25, 26 years. In those 25, 26 years, the state had every opportunity to go through all the fine details, such as the DNA evidence, such as other forensic evidences, and then prove the accusation beyond reasonable doubt. But instead, they chose things such as because he sold a laptop belonging to the deceased, therefore he must have killed her, when there is plenty of information and evidence that he had received that laptop from somebody else. Now, when you have information like this, then you can't say that you have proven something beyond reasonable doubt. That simply did not happen. But state didn't care and simply ignored all those evidences, all those warnings that they are going to kill someone, literally kill someone. They still went ahead. And this is not the first time that actually happened. He came fairly close to his death penalty in 2015 and 2017, if I remember correctly. But he was spared. But not this time. But I tell you what, this isn't just about Marcellus alone. And this isn't the first time either. There have been about 200 people that have been exonerated from the death row, and their lives almost lost to a system. It's just so happened that Marcellus wasn't that lucky. He fell to a system that was error-prone, racist, and irrevocable. The system failed him in the worst possible ways. Now, you might have noticed that I keep on mentioning word system because this isn't happened in violation of system, but it happened because of the system. A system that values punishment over justice. A system which is designed in a way that you can pick and choose jurors and to ensure that the people who are there to put him on the death row are brought in a way that actually accommodates the process. 11 white jurors. Imagine that. Now, this, of course, is not a condemnation of all white people, but one has to ask a question. What was wrong with other 7 black jurors? Why were they excluded? And why the white jurors were favored? Who were they? Why did they ignore all these systems? Because they were dealing with the question of fact. The court was dealing with the question of law. How is it possible that a system could be violated in a way that the ordinary lay people sitting in the jury from a well-qualified judge sitting in the court, they all made mistakes? No, this isn't a mistake. This is a system which is custom designed to kill people, to hurt families, to destroy people's lives. So let me go through the summary again so that we are clear of the context of what has happened. 1998, the murder accusation came into being. No DNA, no credible evidence against him. The person who put him on the death row is of the opinion that no, he should not have been killed. The family of the deceased also favor the life imprisonment. But all of that is ignored. All of it. That is because the system itself was designed to kill people. This isn't justice. This is a state-sanctioned murder, no matter how they like to spin it. This is what it is.